What's up, guys? My name is Brandon. You guys can call me Swifterrs, and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video here on my channel. Today I am coming at you guys with a super exciting video because in today's video we're going to be taking a look at all of the latest and the greatest news and information here in Fortnite. Now, of course, today's video is just jam-packed full of that news, and I honestly wish I had the time to take a look at all of the main topics of today's video and split them up into separate individual videos, just because within all of these topics there's just so much information to actually unpack. But of course, we are going to be diving much deeper into all of those main topics in just a second. Now, before we truly do get started, I wanted to go ahead and remind all of you guys that if you do plan on purchasing skins in the item shop over these next couple of days, to make sure that you guys use my supporter creator code Swifterrs. Go ahead and plug in that code to the item shop, and if you guys do use my code, make sure that you take a picture of it and tweet it to me over on Twitter. The link to my Twitter is in the description below, and I'll be sure to go ahead and drop a heart and a retweet on your guys' photo. But of course, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Alrighty, guys, so the very first newsworthy thing I wanted to go ahead and mention is in regard to the Infinity Gauntlet mode, or the Thanos limited time mode. Now, for those of you who have been playing Fortnite for a couple of months, you guys definitely remember when the Infinity Gauntlet game mode was added into Fortnite. Obviously, there are a ton of brand new players to the Fortnite community that probably didn't experience the Infinity Gauntlet mode and definitely didn't experience Thanos in Fortnite Battle Royale. But according to the game files, it actually looks like the Infinity Gauntlet game mode, or the Thanos limited time mode, may actually be coming back to Fortnite. And now, I remember when this game mode was first added into the game, it was a huge game changer. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the first time that Fortnite had done a collaboration or a crossover with something in pop culture. Obviously, this was to promote the brand new Avengers movie, but the fact that it looks like the Thanos limited time mode may actually be coming back to Fortnite is super exciting, because as I said, there are a ton of people within the Fortnite community that probably are pretty bummed that they weren't playing Fortnite back when the Infinity Gauntlet game mode was in the game. But of course, according to these game files, it looks like Thanos may be coming back to Fortnite. So moving on to the next newsworthy topic of today's video, and that is in regard to a brand new weapon wrap. Now, as you guys know, the wraps are a brand new addition to Fortnite Battle Royale, as they were introduced with the Season 7 update. Now, right now, there are only two things that you guys can put wraps on, including vehicles and including weapons. Now, according to the game files, it actually looks like we're going to be getting a brand new festive themed camo, or a festive theme wrap in the game. As you guys can see, this is very much just a candy cane themed wrap, and obviously this looks super killer on this sniper rifle. I don't know about you guys, but I think that the addition of the wraps into the game are so awesome, and it definitely allows for a ton of super crazy concepts and a ton of super awesome ideas to actually come alive in Fortnite Battle Royale. But of course, we actually do have some hard evidence suggesting that this brand new festive paper, or this brand new festive camo wrap, is expected to be coming to Fortnite extremely soon. Now, in my opinion, I honestly think that this wrap is actually going to be available in a couple of specific holiday themed challenges. Although we don't have absolute confirmation about those holiday themed challenges coming to the game, I'm definitely going to be making a video extremely soon diving a little bit deeper into what's to be expected with those holiday or Christmas themed challenges that will most likely be coming to Fortnite extremely soon. Moving on to the next newsworthy thing for today's video. This is actually another brand new thing that was leaked to us in the game files, and it's in regard to the Merry Marauder. Now, as you guys know, the Merry Marauder is a skin that came to Fortnite back in December of 2017, and it is expected that in just a couple of days, the Merry Marauder, or the gingerbread skin, will most likely be making a return into the item shop. But according to these game files, it actually looks like the Merry Marauder will be getting its very own back bling. Again, it's pretty difficult to tell what exactly is going on with this back bling, but obviously, as you guys know, this skin is an epic skin, and there are a ton of epic skins in Fortnite that have a back bling. So the fact that the game files are suggesting or indicating that this gingerbread skin is going to be getting a back bling definitely confirms the fact that this skin will be making a return into the item shop. Moving on to another thing, I think a lot of people were a little bit surprised it wasn't actually added into Fortnite earlier this morning, and this is in regard to a vehicle HUD. Now, as you guys know, this morning we received the patch volume 7.01 update, and with this update, there were some minor adjustments made to the plane that's currently in Fortnite, because originally, if you guys were inside of a plane and it exploded, your player didn't take any damage, but with this morning's update, if you're inside of the plane when it explodes, you take 25 damage. So the fact that there wasn't actually a vehicle HUD or a vehicle health bar added into the game this morning is a little bit confusing, and I definitely think players are confused as to when they need to get out of the vehicle before it explodes so they don't take any damage. So I can only assume that in an upcoming update, Epic Games will most likely add a vehicle HUD or a vehicle health bar into Fortnite. Continuing on to the next newsworthy thing for today's video, this is actually in regard to the winter variants of a couple of key skins in Fortnite, being the Red Knight, the Raven, and the Love Ranger. Now, I actually made a more in-depth video taking a look at why these winter skins are going to be coming into Fortnite, and with this image, it pretty much solidifies the fact that all three of these skins are actually anticipated to receive a winter or a icy themed camo for these skins. Of course, as you guys can see, we have the Red Knight, we have the Love Ranger, and we have the Raven as ice statues in Fortnite. Again, this is a location that you guys can explore in your own time if you guys want, but again, the fact that we actually have ice sculptures of these characters in the game, and then you go ahead and pair that with the fact that the game files are suggesting that all of these characters are going to be getting a winter version of all of them, definitely confirms my suspicions, and it confirms the video that I made the other day that these characters are actually going to be getting a winter themed skin. So moving on to the next newsworthy thing I wanted to go ahead and point out for today's video. As I mentioned earlier this morning, we received the patch volume 7.01 update, and with this update, it actually changed the physical map. Now, as you guys can see on screen right now, this is the map that we now have, and the main difference on this map is if you guys were to go ahead and look where Risky Reels used to be, we now actually have the block. And as you guys know, the block is a place on the map where Epic Games is actually going to showcase community-made locations found in the Fortnite creative mode, and they're actually going to be going ahead and putting them into the Fortnite map. So before the update today, we could actually see Risky Reels on the map, and the Risky Reels layout, all of the cars, the movie theater, and everything found at Risky Reels. But of course, as you guys can see with this brand new map layout, Risky Reels has completely been wiped off the map, and instead we now actually have the block. So moving on to another pretty cool thing I wanted to go ahead and point out in today's video. It's nothing leaked, it's no crazy concept, I just found it to be super funny. As you guys can see, found at Polar Peak, we have this picture frame of the Tomato Head skin just buried beneath the snow. And again, it's nothing really crazy, I just wanted to go ahead and point it out. And it definitely makes you wonder what the heck a picture of the Tomato Head is doing all the way up on that snowy Polar Peak. So moving on to the final thing for today's video, this is a super awesome thing I would absolutely love to see Epic Games introduce into Fortnite, and this is actually replacing quad crashers with snowmobiles. Again, they would function exactly as the quad crasher would, but instead of it actually being a quad crasher, it would be a snowmobile with rocket thrusters. And obviously this fits the brand new Season 7 Battle Pass theme, it fits the snowy terrain, so I definitely would absolutely love to see brand new snowmobiles coming to Fortnite, whether that's actually adding a brand new snowmobile vehicle in addition to the quad crasher, or maybe just reskinning the quad crasher to actually showcase a snowmobile just for the time being while we have this snowy area. So guys, there you have it. That was just a couple of newsworthy things I wanted to go ahead and mention for today's video. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback regarding everything we went over in the comment section below. Regardless, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new. With that being said, I'll be sure to catch you guys later.